Hola amigos, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. We're doing freshies today, okay? We're taking a step away from the gloomy, gray, disgusting, overcast weather that I've been having, and we're going to talk about some stuff that I want to wear when the sun decides to come back out and shine once again. Because I tell you, like right now, it looks bad outside. And when the weather is like this, it's just like you've got no energy. You're just walking around like zombified, man. Looks like the beginning of doom outside. Like, well, I guess if instead of red skies, they were gray. But yeah, like that. So we're not talking rich, warm, addictive fragrances today, which is actually a Zara fragrance, but we're not talking that. No, we're talking freshies today. Yes, sir. Fresh, brisk, lively. That's what we're doing. I'll have these all linked in the description. These are some of the ones that I'm looking forward to wearing in 2024 when the weather is a little bit nicer. And I'll have some codes right here that you can use if you so desire. The newest code being that GS25, buy one, get one, 25% off at fragflex.com, and that scales up, so buy 10, get 5, etc., you know the drill. Also want to make another mention that for Max Aroma, there's the Gents 20 code, there's also a Gents 10 code. Use Gents 20 first, because that's 20% off, but there are some fragrances that one doesn't work for, and if that's the case, Gents 10 will work. That's only 10% off though, so like I said, try the 20% first. Can we get fresh up in here? Yeah. See, that's the level of energy I have right now. It's just, there's something, man. It's sucking all my energy out. It's sucking my energy. What? Yeah, let's go. Fragrances. All right, let's do it. First one, Nautica Voyage. Look at this, Nautica Voyage. This is a classic, man. This is a classic cheapie. I don't want to hear any of you out there besmirch Nautica's good name because they always put out bangers. That's a lie. Nautica's got some straight up garbage. Cover your ears. Nautica Voyage though, this is like the hype beast from Nautica. It's the one everybody knows, the one everybody talks about. Now, to be fair, Voyage at times has been hyped too much. And I've said that in the past as well. There have been times where like this gets fever pitch, where people are like, oh my God! Just like really taking it too far, where they're saying this is the #1 best compliment puller in the world, and it's only $15. By the way, it's also niche quality. By the way, also it cured cancer and brought my dog back to life, so that was cool. So this is one of those deals where like, is it really good for the price point? Yes. Sometimes does the hype get too much? Also, yes. But if you take that hype and you cut it away, throw it away, leave it on the side of the road, Nautica Voyage, again, for the price point is really solid. And is it a little bit, simple? Sure, but you know what? There's happiness in simplicity sometimes. I do like this a lot. And part of that is gonna be because, I've worn it over the years, and so it's one of those things where I smell it and it can kind of throw me back in time to where I didn't wake up in the morning and go like, my entire body hurts. It's always nice, right? It smells good. And like I said, yeah, maybe a little simple, green, sweet, fresh, aquatic, sure. But it still is super pleasant. And smelling it right now, it does remind me of warmer, happier days. So Voyage, yeah, man, I'll take it around the block again when we hit spring. After that one, I want to talk about Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Summer Vibes. This bottle is beautiful. Look at that. That is just fantastic looking. The fragrance itself is pretty similar in a lot of ways to Light Blue Eau Intense. And so for that reason, I feel like a lot of people were maybe not overwhelmed with this one. They might have even been a little bit underwhelmed. And yeah, you could say with this one that Dolce & Gabbana maybe played it a bit safe in taking this line back to where it's already been. Because if we're being honest with each other here, they really did basically look at Light Blue, the original, and Light Blue Eau Intense and go like, give us something kind of like that, in that style, if you don't mind, thanks. And that's what they got. And so for that reason, you could smell this and be like, it's redundant. Been there, done that. I have tread on that ground before. And yes, that is true. But it still smells really good. Very pleasant, easy wearing. Nice little classy edge to it. You could pull this off in the office all day, every day. So this is one that I gave it some wear this past year, but I'm gonna choose to wear this over Eau Intense and the original this coming year because I haven't worn this one as much as those, over the years anyway. And it's similar enough where it's gonna scratch the same itch. It's well done, it's just, you know, it's not hyper new, but I still wanna wear it. That being said, for my own personal taste, light blue forever, light blue Italian love, that's a little more my vibe, but yeah, this one, again, I really haven't worn it a whole heck of a lot, just a little bit this past year, so I gotta break it in a little bit more. Until I guess a new light blue comes out, and then if it's like way better than this one, then sorry bud, but putting you out to pasture. This one's a love. Versace Pour Homme, look at that, love it, beautiful. Pretty affordable, doesn't cost that much from discounters, that's always a positive. And this guy right here is dropped a tester strip. This one is a perfect everyday scent, spring through early fall. Nice. This is like a Swiss Army knife type of fragrance, everyone's gonna love it. It's maybe not anything crazy, hyper unique nowadays, but still gets the job done. I think that Versace is one of those fragrance houses that for a lot of people is just so perfect because most all of their releases, at least the ones that you can find nowadays, a lot of the discontinued ones were a little more original, but most all their releases that are out there are made to be worn. Like, it's stuff that is super versatile that pretty much everybody's gonna like. You know, they're not really trying to push the boundaries too much or anything. They're just giving you something wearable, that smells good, that's nice quality, that doesn't cost that much if you're shopping at discounters. So for a lot of people, that's a win-win. And plus it's a house that everybody knows, Versace, everybody knows that. So for your average dude who, you know, is just looking for name recognition, that's also a positive. Pour Homme has always been one that I like a bunch. So yeah, I'll reach for that. All right, can I get a little shameless up in here? Okay, nice, shameless. Edgewater. Now this one I creatively directed, so obviously I'm biased. And this was done in collaboration with Michael Malone, one of my 2 new fragrances released in 2023. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So this one was done by Richard Herpon. He's a friend of mine. He was the perfumer, the nose behind this, and is loaded down with notes. He didn't skimp on the notes, I'll tell you that much. Allow me to read this off. I'm sorry, I apologize in advance. Apple, bergamot, black pepper, cardamom, cinnamon, grapefruit, peppermint, figolide, lavender, sage, turmeric pepper, petitgrain, saffron, tobacco, sandalwood, heliotrope, cedar, patchouli, vanilla, tonka. You still there? Cool. So this one, the reason that I want to wear this is because it released in November, beginning November. Obviously, the weather in November is not really like the perfect time for this scent. This is more something for spring, summer, early fall. The opening is ultra fresh. It's very zingy, lively, a little bit tangy in there as well. Lots of fruits, fresh spices. As it dries down, you start to pick that figolide out, that fig sort of nuance. It's really well done. And as you hit the dry down, gets a nice sweetness that pops out from that vanilla and the tonka. Really good for pulling compliments, good performance. Just, like I said, I'm biased, man. It's my fragrance, what do you want me to tell you? You would be like, oh, I made it intentionally to suck. No. So love this one, and it's my green fragrance, and I really enjoy green scents. So I wanted one that was, again, easy to wear, that people were gonna like, but that kind of did its own thing. And that's what that is. All right, now this next one has a beautiful bottle. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at it? Just look at it. Varvatos XX Artisan Teal. Always love Varvatos bottles. They have the same shape, but they always dress them up and make them look nice. They were like, what if we just took like this kind of straw ropey deal and put it around the bottle? That'd be cool, right? It would be. This is your typical Varvatos type scent in the sense that the quality is really nice and the performance is okay. Not awful, at least not for me, but you know, it's not really beast mode either. To be fair, this is not the type of scent to be beast mode though. It's a little floral, sweet, musky, fresh, some citrus off the top there. Man, it smells very good, especially when it's a little bit warmer out and it kind of pushes a little bit more. Some people have compared it to YSL's Y Eau de Toilette. I don't find it super close to that, but you may be able to pick out some similarities there that give you like a remembrance of that fragrance. Really good stuff, worth checking out, especially if you can pick it up at a discount, like a steep discount. All right, this is a love of mine, this guy. Eau Givree from Hermes, Terre d'Hermes Eau Givree. This is really good. Like, I love it. I love it a lot. I love it as much as pasta, pizza. And I like both those things. Mexican food, really like that. I love it that much. That's saying something. If you know me, that would be like, what? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to make that comparison? So this guy, the opening is just fire. Citron in the opening smells so good. It's kind of natural, the citrus, a little bit tart, rindy, but still sweet, fresh. It's got a touch of that Terre d'Hermes DNA in there, that kind of like classy woodiness. It's fantastic, man. It's goofy good. I bring this up all the time because it's like a point of pride, but that fragrance beat my fragrance, Terra Nova, for Fragrance of the Year. It was technically Fragrance of the Year for fragrances released in 2022, but the awards were held in 2023. And to be fair, Terra Nova, my fragrance, made it to the finals, the final 6, I think, and it beat out like 95 other fragrances to get to that point. So I'm pretty proud about that. By the way, again, shameless self-promotion, Edgewater and all my fragrances available at Michael Moell's website. You can use the code GENTS, GENTSCENTS. Yes, I know that there's an S missing in between there, but whatever. That'll get you some money off in case you want to shop for anything at Michael Moell's website. But yeah, made it to the finals, and I was like, I've got no friggin' chance. But making it there, awesome. And Terre d'Hermes, it beat Terra Nova. Yes, it did. Terra. Obviously, Terre wins. And I was not the least bit upset because I would have voted for this thing too. I love it. If I'm gonna lose to something, it better be something awesome. I don't wanna lose to something that sucks. Imagine that. That'd be depressing. Get beat by that? That's awesome. It's like playing baseball and getting struck out by Shohei Ohtani. You're just like, well, okay, all right. Sick. So, yeah, keep rambling. This is fantastic. I'll wear this until the end of time. I'm gonna double up with Hermes. I'm gonna do this one next. Un Jardin à Cythere. Now, this is not gonna be for everybody. Absolutely not. And out of everything that I'm gonna talk about here today, this is gonna be the one that more people dislike. So I'm just gonna say that straight up. This is not a fragrance for the masses. Yeah, I fell in love with this. I know that a lot of people, like I said, they just cannot jive with this. And it is not the type of scent that's like, you know, Versace Pour Homme or the Terre d'Hermes where you can just spray it, grab it, go when it's warm out and be like, smell fantastic, everybody. Come smell me, yes. Which actually don't do that, but this is green. Again, I like green fragrances, but it's like a nutty green fragrance, woody, nutty green. It's got pistachio in there. That's one of the more prominent notes. Kind of a creaminess to it, but it doesn't have that like sweet, super appealing, easygoing opening that a lot of people look for in a fresher scent. I think it's hyper unique compared to what everybody else is gonna be wearing. I think it's got a nice classiness to it, and nice like bold edge while still being soft on the palate. I love it. I love it. It is, though, like I said, not for everybody. And I will tell you, the first time I smelled it, I thought it sucked. The first time I smelled that, I was not impressed. And it's one that I kept coming back to. It was kind of addictive in a way. And I learned to love it. Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah. Up next, Brioni Eau de Parfum Eclat. Or I guess I could hit you with like an American pronunciation. Eclat. Eclat. Now, interestingly enough with this one, some people have found it similar to Terre d'Hermes. Yeah, Terre d'Hermes. Now, I kind of get it, but I also kind of don't. So when you first smell this one off the top, really refreshing, icy, brisk, and it almost has this kind of very clean vetiver-ish type note that you could compare to like an icy Terre d'Hermes. Which is almost what this is like, right? Kind of. So you can get this like split second where in the opening you may be able to draw kind of a comparison. I know that's like a whole bunch of uncertain ways that I was describing that, and that's because it's not really that close to Terre d'Hermes, but for people that mention that, I guess I can figure out like how they came to that conclusion. That's what I mean. Ultimately though, is it all that close to Terre de Messe? It's not. Really, really pleasant opening. Like I said, brisk, refreshing, icy, grapefruit in there, smells fantastic. A little bit of spiciness in there as well. And then it has musk as it dries down. Probably not a surprise looking at that bottle, like a clean white musk. It makes sense. A touch of like clean incense in a way, and then rose. And the rose here is, again, very fresh. It doesn't come across like a heavy, jammy rose or anything like that. This is more like a green sort of rose with an elegant, very lightly powdered touch. It's super well done, very classy, like you would expect from the house. And it's something that flies under the radar. So yeah, this is good. This is for me. And by the way, that cap, come on, magnetic. There, that's better. Okay, this next one is Stronger With You Only. What are you doing here? So yeah, the reason that I put this in is because I really have barely worn this since it came out, just a little bit. Stronger With You Freeze, I liked a decent amount, and this is kind of the replacement for that. It's like the warmer weather Stronger With You. So with this one, I was thinking, yeah, let's get something a little different, because most of the other fragrances are, really fresh. Some have kind of a green tinge, some of them are more blue, but they're all really fresh. And it's not that this one isn't fresh, but it's a little bit of a different style of a fresh fragrance, because this is more focused on vanilla and that kind of Stronger With You chestnut vibe. And so it's like a fresh gourmand. Yeah, like a fresh gourmand type of scent that in spring is gonna be, again, pretty different. Gives you a different flair, different feeling. Do I hope that Stronger With You, the line, comes out with a nicer warm weather fragrance? Yeah, that would be cool. But for now, this will do, and I'll try it out, wear it a little bit more, and see how it works for me. That's the plan. Last but not least, Bulgari Man Wood Neroli. This is good. This is just good. This is easy. This is good. This is nice. Everything is fine. Thank you. It's one of those ones where if you don't smell it for a while, you kind of forget how good it is. Then when you go back and smell it again, you're like, what? Why haven't I been wearing that? I must correct this. It will surprise you to learn that this fragrance, Bulgari Men Wood Neroli, has both neroli and wood as some of the main notes. Yeah, it's wild. You got some Neroli Portofino type vibes with this one from Tom Ford. The neroli and the citrus in the opening here are really well done, very smooth, very clean, soft around the edges. So it has a nice elegance to it, while also being a really good casual choice. It's also a good compliment puller too. So Bulgari Man Wood Neroli, this is just kind of one of those spring go-to fragrances I know for a lot of people, and for good reason. Stuff rocks. There we go, look at those. These fragrances right here, they got me in the mood for spring, mood for summer. But as of when I'm filming this, warm weather is a while away. So let me know what you guys are pining for as far as summertime, springtime fragrances go, warm weather scents. Let me know. What are you gonna be wearing? Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.